Now to an eye-opening look at what life is like for women in Saudi Arabia. CNBC's Erin Burnett recently traveled there, and she joins us now with the story. Erin, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Ann. And as you know, because you've been there, it isn't easy to get into Saudi Arabia as an American, and it's very hard to get access to women who will discuss the challenges they face. We recently found a mother and daughters who started a magazine and were willing to let us into their home.
This is Saudi Arabia in 2010. Segregated restaurants, segregated banks, and no women behind the wheel. This spring on the popular reality TV show Millions Poet, similar in style to American Idol, a Saudi Arabian housewife won third place for a poem about integrating men and women. The Muslim cleric called for the murder of anyone who supported her idea.
There's no question limiting women holds the Middle East's biggest economy back. Women are half the population, but only 10% of the workforce.
So you think in a few days he will start it?
Yeah. Some women are starting to change that. Women like Munira Buzo and her daughters. They started Oasis, an English language magazine about Saudi culture.
Some of my friends, they used to tell me it was my dream since I was very young.
Her daughters, Nora and Basma, are in their mid-20s, only a year apart.
Have you guys been sort of best friends since you were little?
I think so, because we ended up always in the same room since we were little.
Yes.
And everybody thought we were twins, so that was weird. So we kind of stuck together. She's very quiet, and then I'm kind of filling the gaps when she's quiet.
After receiving her master's in immunology at Oxford, Basma realized there weren't any jobs in that field in Saudi Arabia, but she wanted to come home.
I really wanted to see my family and be close to them.
In starting Oasis, the Buzos joined 38,000 other women business owners in Saudi Arabia. That's a drop in the bucket. There are more than 8 million women in the country. But Basma thinks women are on the rise.
You have more chances as a woman than you have as a guy, I think, right now.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, people prefer to hire a woman than they prefer to hire a guy if they have the same qualifications.
Why is that? Because women are more diligent?
Yeah, they are.
Nora agrees. She oversees the printing of each issue. An artist herself, her paintings hang on every wall of the family home in Riyadh.
You never took any art classes?
No, I never did.
So you're just born with this?
I guess so, yeah. It's a gift.
Nora wants to change some of the negative views Americans have about her country.
They have a lot of misconceptions. That's why the magazine is so important.
All the women we spoke with, including the Buzo family, tried to convince us that both the abaya, which must be worn in public, and the ban on women driving are superficial, and the West focuses on them too much.
Does the limitation on driving limit you?
For me, it's not an obstacle.
It's just a piece of cloth, and if that's going to limit you, then you're not strong enough as a person to do what you want to do, really.
And not everything is foreign.
When we want to take a decision, we keep voting.
In the House?
They always vote me out, but I follow.
Well, that would be one vote always on your side.
A familiar moment in a society where women still can't leave the country without a man's permission.
This is about snow falling in the desert. It's like Saudi women standing in the desert, and snow is falling, the clouds are all around them, so they can't really escape what's happening. But at the end of the day, I think it's white, it's snow, and to me, it's a good change happening.
3 women succeeding in business is change indeed for Saudi Arabia.
And since the first issue of Oasis rolled off the printing press 2 years ago, the Buzos have gone from printing 5,000 copies a month to 10,000. But while they move ahead, a lot of women we met in Saudi Arabia believe it will take at least another 5 years to end that ban on driving, which is perhaps the most glaring example of a society that treats women as second class.
5 years.
And you mentioned they may not have as big a problem with the ban on driving because they can afford to have someone to drive them.
Right. A lot of women cannot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.